Hi there, folks. My name's Snowboarding24. Welcome to the 3 Festive Grumpy Simmers Part 2. Of course, I am joined here, as always, by my 2 other Grumpy Festive Simmers. Of course, I am joined here by Sérgio from helisimmer.com.
Hey guys.
And, of course, by the world-famous Star Wars enthusiast, the Purple Hat Man, Belgiode.
With a different purple hat this time. Has to be festive enough for
I
you.
was going to say, I saw that. I love the festive touch on that one. I'm always thinking, is it a little tight on there, though?
It is a little bit tight, but that's what I get for ordering stuff last minute online. But I will say this, I was able to get like 12 of these things. They're all different colors, so now I know what I'm doing for work for like the next week and a half.
Right,
I'm
okay.
just going to wear a different hat. It's like once a month then. Yeah, basically.
Right, so Belgian has his festive work hats covered for the next few weeks. Excellent, good story. All right, so folks, of course, we are back here for our part 2 of our festive episodes. Of course, in our last episode, of course, we touched on the hopes and dreams and sort of our reflections on the year that was since last Christmas. And of course, in this episode, we are going to be peering through the mists of time and looking forward to see what we are hoping for, what we are hopeful for the coming year. Because that's part of what Christmas is about. Christmas is about, or the Hanukkah, or whatever it is that you celebrate, is that it's about the joy and the possibilities of the future, and celebrating those things as people. And as grumpy as we are, we do kind of like to celebrate things from time to time. We really do. And don't worry, folks. I haven't forgotten the fact that yes, we are giving stuff away in this episode. But we're going to be giving it away scattered throughout the episode. You won't quite know what was going to be announced or when it will be, so you have to watch. So anyway. Our evil plan is coming together for Christmas. It really is.
That's the grumpy part of it. We have the festive part down, but now we have to add the grumpy.
Yeah, exactly. We have to have grumpy. We are 3 grumpy sims after all. All right.
We're gonna make you work.
Anyway, all right. So, folks, I'm going to cut over. I'm going to throw to Sergio, our resident helicopter aficionado, to see what it is are you looking forward to the most for the coming year, the year ahead in the world of simulation.
Well, there's quite some nice stuff coming up for 2018, and especially on the helicopter market and the helicopter side of flight simulation. I'm waiting for, Explain VR, which should come at the end of January, and I'm very excited over it because, to be very honest, the experience I have with Explain right now is not very good because of my graphics card. I have a 1060, and it kind of struggles with fly inside and VR in Explain. So I am hoping that maybe VR in Explain will actually help performance, and I can perhaps squeeze a few more FIPS from my card, and everything works well. So on the Explain side, that's it. I've been watching, and I know you have also drew Aerofly FS2 very closely, and like you said, it's the best VR experience, hands down, right now in a flight sim. And I know that those guys are working or are starting to work or will start working very, very soon on a helicopter for the sim. So yes, so I'm waiting. They have been promising for quite some time, and I think 2018 might just be the year where Aerofly FS2 will finally have a helicopter. Probably, I would say it's probably a very simple helicopter like an R22 or an R44. Probably the R22, as they have already, shown some work on the model. So that's probably what we are going to be looking at in the 2018 for that sim. Some people might be, kind of sad because it's such a simple helicopter, and it has been seen on pretty much all other scenes right now. But the thing is, you have to start somewhere, right? And
It's I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's the like the village bicycle of helicopters in flight simulation. It's like every flight sim that has a helicopter has a Robinson R22 in there somewhere, and usually very early on. So yeah, but I suppose as you say,
And
it's a
honestly,
good place to start.
Yeah, if you're starting out, that's what you start out in. It's an R22. So why would it make sense?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it make sense?
Yeah, very
it's
true.
also easy. Yeah, it's also a very easy, much easier to develop helicopter to develop than a full-blown system with a glass cockpit and whatnot. We're talking about a very simple helicopter with very simple instruments, kind of like almost like a Cessna, and the engine system is also very simple. So I would say I would probably call it like the R22 is kind of like a template for future helicopters on any sim out there. So it makes completely subtle sense for me that they go with the 22, and I'm not disappointed at all. Quite the opposite. I want to see a helicopter, and I know you wanted to see a helicopter in there too, Drew. So yeah, well, I'm very excited over it, and we might. I'm hoping that. Maybe down the year, later down the year, at the end of the year, Flight Sim World can have something for us as well. I don't know. They still have a lot of work ahead of them, so I'm kind of on the dark regarding Flight Sim World right now and the development cycles that they are going through. So I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe next year will be the year for helicopters on on Aerofly and on FSW. Other than that, it's just the regular. Let's see where VR is going to next year, and how long my HTC Vive will become completely obsolete, and I'll start crying because I'm at it right now.
Oh,
Very
the great the great hardware
I
obsolescence. Oh dear, yes.
I just saw this article where Google is working on a VR system that it has 10 times the resolution. So I'm not.
But haven't they been working on that? Haven't they been working on that for like 5 years, 6 years, and it's like we never see anything from it?
Yeah, well, they are.
It's Google.
Oh, yeah, but if they say they are working on it and they have seen stuff working, and the fun thing is that, or the curious thing is that they're saying that they are working on this 10 times resolution gig, but they're saying that they're not going to release anything with that resolution because it's not worth it, because our eyes won't see past a certain resolution. So 10 times is probably too much. I don't know. They're crazy. It's Google.
Well, it's kind of like the whole frames per second argument. Like once you get beyond about 100, 120, the perceptible difference is so small that it's actually not worth it. So
probably a company. Yeah, but a company probably would not, develop a 240 frames per second card because it's not worth an investment. So I'm really not getting why are they doing something that they're not going to mass produce later.
But it's Google. It's Google. They just do it
for science.
For science.
Probably. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're going to keep that for anything very specific, and they're just going to tone down. And well, the thing is, if they can make it at that resolution, making something with lower resolution will be cheaper. So it might enter the consumer market easily. So yeah, that might be the thing. And then they use all the other stuff for science.
Well, hey, look. If you're going to be doing science, as long as there's cake, okay, there must be cake if we're doing science. Anyway, all right. So that's pretty interesting and pretty exciting stuff coming forward to that for, and we hope Sergio, all those dreams come true for you, and but we hope that your HTC Vive does not become obsolescent. Now, of course. That brings us to, we're going to give our first giveaway in this episode. So we're going to say thank you very much to everyone who entered, and thank you very much to random.org for helping us select the winners of these prizes today. Our first prize is going to be the Bell 407 for X-Plane 11, and that one has been won by Ethan Guru. So thank you very much for your entrance, Ethan. Congratulations. We will be
Ethan.
we will be emailing you all the details on how you can collect your your copy of the Bell 407 very shortly in the next couple of days. So congratulations to you, sir. All right, that now brings us across to my next fellow grumpy simmer. Of course, over to you, Belgio. So tell me true. What is it that you are looking forward to the most in the next 12 months in the simulation world?
Let's see. I'll have to break.
Sorry,
it down
was that like a Ghost of
Sim.
Christmas? Was that a Ghost of Christmas Future? Just channeling there for a moment?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Oh man. Well, where do I begin? You know what? I'm gonna begin with DCS because that's the last news that I got today. Of course, with DCS, running joke for everything is 2 more weeks. However, with that being said, Eagle Dynamics has promised us that we will get DCS World 2.5 by the end of January 2018. So
Now,
that
is
the
that
biggest thing
is that the great merger? Is that the great merger where they bring everything
that is the
together?
great merger. Yes.
Okay.
What's going to happen with that? 2.2, which is currently Nevada and Normandy, will be merged together with the brand new Caucasus map that they've been working on that replaces 1.5. So as soon as that map is ready, all of that comes together as 2.5. And let's not forget that when we get the Hornet and all of that, which is the other thing I'm looking forward to, the Hornet and Tomcat, when we get the Hornet, it's supposed to also have the Straits of Hormuz map. So we'll have a Middle East map that we can play along with as well. So yeah, that's the biggest thing that I'm waiting for in DCS right now is 2.5. And if we're going to get it actually in January and not in 2 more weeks after repeating to the nth degree.
Does that just become 2 more months if it's not the end of January? Does it become 2 more months instead of 2 more weeks?
No, it's 2 more weeks times 2 is what it is. Everything is visible times 2. That's it. That's how it works. So yeah, there's that. All right, so moving on to X-Plane. Obviously,
they have promised, but they have promised, and
yes,
usually they keep their promises. Yeah, that's the difference.
They were very explicit about saying that, which is what has me excited. Because usually, if they've gotten to that point where they're promising something, they're going to deliver on it. So yeah.
What? That's a good thing. Watch this space.
Oh, the finger.
Oh, the finger waggle made its appearance in the Christmas episode. There you go.
I can't let 2017 disappear without doing another thing. All right, but moving on. X-Plane, obviously the big thing that I'm waiting for there is native VR. As much as I love using Fly Inside, I agree with what Sérgio has said. The performance of it is a little bit lacking, and the fact that you've got 1 extra process that's running, it ties up your FPS and everything. So yeah, as soon as native VR comes out, that will be a banner day for X-Plane. That's going to kick everything up a notch. I can say that from what I've heard yesterday, they've already started selecting people for the private beta test, which means maybe in a couple of weeks they should have all of that debugged and be ready for the public beta test for native VRs. That's going to be freaking awesome. And then Flight Sim World. Honestly, I would love to see Flight Sim World get VR. But I think one of the key things that they've already given us, which I think is going to precipitate that, is the SDK. Now that the SDK is live, I'm really pushing for people like Fly Inside to get on the bandwagon and see if they can develop a Fly Inside for Flight Sim World. So that's more of a wish list thing. It hasn't been confirmed as of yet, but that is what I would really, really love to see for Flight Sim World more than anything else. More so than helicopters or jet fighters or anything like that. I got to have native VR. Don't look at me like that, Sergio. The reason why I say that is because Flight Sim World also has True Sky, which honestly, I've seen True Sky in War Thunder. It's phenomenal. It was made for VR.
That True Sky in War Thunder is just insane. Like I actually I reinstalled War Thunder just to see how far it's come. A little annoyed that I lost some of the packs that I'd been like hoarding before buying. A little annoyed I lost those, but anyway. Those packs, you know how you could like pre-buy the stuff and then you could just sit on them and just activate them as you need them? Yeah, I lost like $50 worth of those, so that was annoying. Anyway, but otherwise, visually, it's come a long way. It's like looking amazing. So yeah, I'll give you that. That's definitely for sure. So,
And I actually have no problem in waiting for helicopters as long as DevTale Games is working on a good basis for Flight Sim World. You know, I have already said it. I have no problem in waiting and do them let them do whatever they need to get the flight simulator working properly before adding anything else. And,
well, you know, if you think about it,
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
right,
think about it, you look at what X-Plane's done, and Austin. I mean, he's taken, what, 15 years with X-Plane now? 15, almost 20 years with X-Plane, but he's now got a simulator to the point now, which is absolutely incredible, and he's only now going to the VR space. So I'm really hopeful. Yeah, so hopefully Flight Sim World won't take that long, but it really shows the key point of get the base sim done right first before you start exploring into that kind of stuff. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. So, all right, thank you very much, Mr. Belgio, for that one. And that, of course, now speaking of Flight Sim World, that brings us to our second giveaway. So again, thank you very much to everyone who entered to win your chance for a Flight Sim World content. So this one was for the random draw for the P40 add-on recently released from Blue Sky Flight Simulations. So thank you again once again to the guys, everybody who entered, and to random.org for helping us choose the winner. So Frank I knew I was going to get this wrong. Oh my god, I knew I was going to get this wrong. Frank Safranek, congratulations for winning your copy of the P40. I knew I was going to balls that one up. I did. Anyway, so congratulations. We will be sending you your Steam key to activate your P40 download for FS Flight Sim World very, very shortly. So congratulations to you, sir. Well done. Alright, I guess that brings it to me as the final Grumpy Simmer to what I'm looking forward to the most. I'm going to go a little bit of a different tack here. I'm actually excited to see the diversity that's coming to the community overall. So I'm not going to focus on any particular sim. I'm actually going to focus more on like the overall. So I know it's a bit of a meta look, but I'm really sort of astounded with the things, the development that's happening in something like War Thunder, the development of newer sim likes in the terms of like we're hoping that we should see Capcom 2 come to the Harrier simulation come out to full release next year, and that one is a VR title. So that will go to its full release this year. We just saw the guys over at 1C completely rebuild IL-2 Stromovic from the ground up and reboot it with Cliffs of Dover Blitz Edition, which has got a flight model which I think, and flight and damage model is going to make DCS World weep. Like, that thing is insane.
That's saying a lot.
And exactly, like, I do not say that lightly. So you know, I'm actually really excited to see the diversity, and then we've got new players and sort of old established players sort of reinventing themselves in the market. So we're seeing VAOs coming back, looking like they're going to come back into the development world. And it looks like they might be moving away from DCS and moving back into the prepared and FSW space. We've got the likes of Blue Sky FS coming on board. We've got iBlue Yonder, Bill and the team at iBlue Yonder dabbling with X-Plane. So we're actually seeing huge shifts and changes in our community as a whole, and it's all being driven in a way by the positives that we're doing. And this is something that I really want to like reinforce, is the fact that we are doing the positives here. So, and this is part of, you know, we complain and grumble and, you know, we're grumpy, but we also sort of acknowledge the fact that, you know, there is a lot of respectful conversation there is more respectful conversation happening now than I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago in our community. And that's actually really exciting to see, and this is what happens when you see that. You start to see these ideas, and you know, you see something like X-Plane go into native VR, which, you know, let's face it, 3 years ago we would have said was never going to happen. You know,
True.
even a
Very
year
true.
ago, we would have said, "No, it's never going to happen." You're seeing Infinite Flight, you know, something like Infinite Flight become on a more realistic take on sort of, you know, some of the things that it can do. Aeroflight FS2, who would have thought a sim like would look so amazing and be such an incredible platform? I definitely wrote it off when it first came out. I wrote it off as a flash in the pan. It's going to be an overpriced piece of DLC fest, and then we're never going to hear from it. It'll last about 6 months, and then it'll be dead. And lo and behold, it's actually becoming. No, well, I did. I go back and watch my review. I basically wrote this off.
I remember
you know,
watching that review. That was one of the major reasons why I held off for so
Yeah.
long with Aerofly. So it's all your fault.
Yeah, but you know, but at the same time, I now look at it and realize that okay, they came out in a bad place, but then because they got, you know, direct feedback and pointed feedback from myself and other simmers, and basically going, okay, well, but let's see what we can do with this. They've actually changed their direction and they've become a lot more of a viable alternative. So I'm really excited to see all the breadth of development and the variety of development that we're seeing come through in the simulation space. And I think that that's a really amazing thing to come through. And I think, and I've discussed this before, I discussed this in the last episode where people claim that the simulation genre is dead or it's going to be taken over by all the, you know, the rock simulators or the goat simulators of the world. But no, it's not. It's ours, you know, truck simulation and you know, flight simulation is really here to stay. And the positives that we bring to it is a really, really good thing to see. So I'm looking to see more positivity in the community, more positive support of developers, and developers taking a risk. Like, you know, X-Plane 11 taking a risk on VR. Dovetail Games taking a risk on Flight Sim World, period. Seeing Aerofly take a risk on pretty much everything. But it's paying off for them. You know, 1C taking a risk of rebooting Cliffs of Dover, which was their most slated product ever. You know, taking a risk and rebooting it and dropping the price by 60%. Like, that's insane. Like, that's just amazing, and I'm really excited to see what 2018 is going to deliver for all this energy we now have in the market. DCS World, you know, becoming, you know, combining into the great merger that we've all been waiting on for like, you know, 5 years. It's finally here. You know, and we're going to see all that, and we're seeing, you know, we're seeing the Tomcat. If I have to pick one thing I'm excited for, a particular sim, not going to lie, it's the F-14 Tomcat in DCS World. You will not see me once that module comes out. It's over. It's done. I'm out. Catch you later. It's all over. So there you go. So as I said, I know it may seem a very high level what I'm looking forward to, but that is it because of the fact that we drive that in the community. I think it's amazing. So yeah, that's my thing.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Agreed. We're living in some exciting times right now.
Exactly.
And
Exciting times.
More of the same.
Yes, exciting times.
You're right. There's a lot of energy and momentum in the community right now. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's an amazing change from, I'd say, like 2 years ago, where things seemed a bit slow, but they started to pick up, and things are getting very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Just
the sheer amount of variety we have in a community now that you know, and it's a double-edged sword. You know, perfect flight. It's a double-edged sword, but the variety we have is a big driver for that, and the excitement we have. And again, what I always harp back on, if just one person gets inspired to do something different with their life, with their career, with their dreams, because of a simulation product, whether it be, you know, somebody wanting to go on into a career as an airline pilot, or someone who wants to go off and be a technician, an avionics technician, or someone who wants to go off and develop computer games, because of what we get to enjoy. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So there you go.
Yep. It's happened before. It will happen again.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I'm so excited for that. So yes, that's my peering through the mists of the future. And that, of course, now brings me to giving away our final giveaway, which, of course, is the copy of the Bell 412 for X-Plane 11. So again, congratulations and thank you very much to everybody for entering. Thank you to random.org for helping us select this winner. So the winner of this one is Nishandan. So Nishandan is the name I have. So congratulations, Nishandan, for your winning. We will be contacting you very shortly to be able to give you your code for your copy of the 412 for X-Plane 11. Alrighty, well, that does wrap up the 3 Grumpy Simmers for 2017. It's been a journey this year. It really has. This was an idea that I'm going to dob you in. I'm going to blame Sérgio for this one, by the way. I'm going to dob him in. So this is all his fault that we started doing this. But but it's been quite the journey for this, and we've had a lot of fun doing. Well, at least I know I've had a lot of fun doing this. It's an interesting thing to do it, but I just really want to say thank you very much to you two guys for coming on here with me every month and actually letting me waffle a lot, because I do. And occasionally, apparently I pontificate, but I do waffle. So I do want to say thank you very much, but more than you two guys, because you two guys are legends, but I want to say thank you very much to each and every one of you who are watching this video. You, as the community, is what we do this for. It's what I do this for. I do this because I want us to be able to engage in conversation about things that are potentially not always the most comfortable things to talk about in the simulation genre, but things that are really important to all of us, and rightly or wrongly always make a difference to what we do. So I just want to say thank you very much to everybody for tuning in and watching these episodes. I look forward to seeing you on more episodes in 2018. It will be very exciting times. I guess I will throw over to you two gentlemen for a couple of brief final words as we round out the year.
Mr. Sérgio.
Okay, thank you. we're just waiting.
I was gonna let you fight it out amongst yourselves. I was gonna throw you to the wolves.
Thank you very much. Well, I look forward to 2018, and like you said, to continue and doing this for the community. This is why we do this, after all, for the people out there, and to help them, and to make conversation, and to start things, and just, say things that some people might not like, but things that have to be done and have to be said. So I appreciate all the stuff that you two guys have been doing all these years for the community, and not just for 2017 and for the 3 Grumpy Simmers, but 3 Grumpy Simmers. I'm sorry, I'm still asleep. Never mind. Yeah.
One of these days, folks, we might actually consider. We've had a suggestion that we might put the timestamps of the day of the time of day it is all of us, because the joy of trying to manage 3 people in 3 vastly different time zones to do this is one of the biggest challenges we face every time we do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Waking
Just
up
as a reminder, it is currently 2:50 a.m. where I'm sitting.
Yeah, it's 10 to 8 a.m. here, so I had to wake up at 6:30 on a Sunday. Thank you, guys.
I'm just gonna say
we appreciate your sacrifice.
Yeah, I was lucky this time round. I was lucky this time round. It's only it's only 17:50 here, so I drew the lucky straw this time.
But Mr. Drew over here has done worse. This guy has, he has waken up at what, 4 a.m.
4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think the worst was the 4 a.m. episode. So I had no idea what the hell I was talking about, and it showed when I called the Tomcat or the Hornet.
The F-18 Tomcat.
Yeah, what was it? F-18 Tomcat. Yeah.
Or the F-14 Hornet. I don't know.
That's what happens when you wake up.
It's not easy. It's not easy, guys. Yeah, and we're doing this for you. So well, I just want to thank you guys once again, and thank the community for watching. And well, let's have a nice and fun 2018. Mr. Drew.
It absolutely will be a great 2018. Even though I have no idea how it's all going to shake down, I am pretty confident that the community that we have, the community that we're building, is going to be phenomenal. I've been seeing a lot of newer people coming in, and especially online, I've noticed that they're starting to think before posting. So this is good. We are having an effect, guys. Let's continue doing this. This is great. All the developers that have come on board and, taken a risk, switching platforms and so on and so forth, that I want to see more of that continue. I want to support a lot of that kind of stuff because honestly, it's going to benefit everybody, including themselves. Just as an aside, I want to thank both of you guys for this crazy idea. Who would have thought that being up at oh my god o'clock in the morning would actually be fun? But I couldn't do it without you guys, and I couldn't do it without you folks, the viewers. So ultimately, you are basically who make it worthwhile for all three of us to do. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm not going to speak for the other guys, but I'm sure they'll chime in as well. Thank you for watching,
Yes.
for supporting, for liking, for commenting, and for even ripping us a new one whenever you felt the need. And I can't wait for 2018.
It's an exciting time, and yeah, it's great to hear from you guys as well. So thank you very much. All right, folks. That does round us out now. This is the 3 Grumpy Simmers signing off for the last time for 2017. It has been a pleasure. It's been a blast. We all look forward to seeing you guys back for more grumpy action in the 2018. Take care, guys. We'll see you next year. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
All righty, ciao. Don't forget to see Star Wars.